Hello and good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching from. It's a beautiful day, and I'd like to say happy Easter to all of you. And I hope you've enjoyed your weekend, which we're still in the weekend, so enjoy it whilst it lasts. In interesting today, I want to say stop wasting your every other second, stop waiting for an invitation, and just go make a ruckus. Reason why I could go on the fact that many people right now, I think we all sort of live the same way every day. You live your same, day to day. You wake up, you go to work, you get back, you make dinner, the life you live is pretty much the same every day. And that can pretty much feel like you're living like every day the same. Like technically there's no difference to how you did yesterday to today. It just means you go through the 365 days a year in the same sort of way. And you don't know when it ends or when to draw the line. It just feels like you're living the same day every day, which can be quite boring. So that in itself, I've been in it before, where I felt like everything that I do and was going by felt like it's just but a stretch of I don't know what to do. You keep waiting, you keep hoping for something different, but nothing actually happens. You do every day the same way you've done the last 10 years, and I can testify to that. That is not cool. It's not great. It doesn't give you the life you want. It doesn't give you the actual things you really want to see in a no, typical world where you know you had choice to do a hell lot of more things out there. So today I thought let's talk about what do we mean when we say go make a ruckus. This is a good kind of ruckus where you're going out. It doesn't mean you're gonna have to be loud. You don't have to be cold chasing and being on top of the roof to sort of shout out as to what message you want to give the world. It just simply means that you're gonna have to step into a frame of you doing what you do best. Doing the things that you want to share with the world, things that you know could help someone, could benefit someone from your own corner, because the world is vast. We've got every space around here for everyone. So anyone who wants to have something to say can pretty much make their own connection as to how they want to say it, where they want to say it, but it's good that everyone has their own space. At one point, I thought I didn't have one, but I figured that I have mine here. And I've decided to make it my own voice and space to share what I have to share with people. People want to hear it. People are simply looking, people simply want to know what it is even about. And hence why show up. I try to keep up my consistency. I'm always building and learning every day. Every step of the way, if I have something to say, I'll come on and I definitely put it out there. And the best part, I don't have to think of what is my neighbor doing, what is a friend doing, what is someone going to say, because those are all things that oftentimes will keep us in a spot where we feel we can't actually express ourselves, we can't actually share anything, because the judgment comes, the world feels like it's a hutch sometimes, and you just feel like you can't say anymore. But if you find comfort in knowing that you are who you are, as long as you have something to give, share it. It doesn't mean everyone agrees, which is again okay. It doesn't mean everyone is looking for what you're sharing, but those who are after what you're sharing, as a business mentor that I am, I know that there's someone out there who's basically looking for what I have to offer. For someone who's out there who's looking for perhaps a path to how they can even start, how they can even find their own space in this vast, um, you know, space that we have online, and how they can get started. I can share pretty much my story as how I got to make my own ruckus. This came at a point where I was struggling. Like I felt like I'm doing every day the same way. I'm a mother of two, originally from Zimbabwe, and I live in Australia. And I'm thinking to myself, is this surely how everyone's supposed to live? Is this all life can be? Is this all that I'm meant to do? Like I just have to keep studying, getting another degree, getting another qualification to add on to what I have, so that I can, I guess, get the better pay, I'd be able to experience world the way I want to. And yet I feel like I had no time. I felt like I was, chasing my own tail, but I'm still not meeting any deadlines as to, payment of bills. You feel like you're always behind. You feel like you just meet the expectation of, oh, no, well, this is where I have to be. It felt so hard because I knew deep down that surely there should be another way. I remember seeing my mother go through it, my dad going through it, where they were busy working parents. They were self-employed. They used to try run their own business from home, where mom would go away at a time in South Africa. And at the time, this is a moment I remember seeing, okay, I have siblings, we're six people in my family. And for her to provide, she knew that something had to be done. Some sacrifices had to be met. And in that, I could only tell that mom tried her best, given what she had and resources she could use at the time to utilize to the best of the advantage for the family. She sacrificed so much more outside of her being away. I couldn't have my mom around as much as I needed to. I couldn't even have moments I could share with you that I remember vividly, because most parts I remember is mom was away, but I missed out on possible time that we could have spent together. So when I look at that, I'm like, great that she provided, she gave us the education background of having the experience of learning, and having some education is important, guys. You should not undermine it. Neither am I saying there's nothing wrong with the parent providing, but what she gave up in trying to do that, there was not a day that I'm sure she wished to be home, but she had to be away. So at this point in day where we have things that are available to us and opportunities that are presenting each day, it's amazing how we can all make use of what we have and what we know now. Being different for a mom, that could be maybe dropping off a kid at as early as 6 weeks, as a working parent who could be uh, knowing that there's another way outside of me having to sacrifice my 7 days a week. I miss my kids' milestone. You miss your kids' ceremonies at school just because you're trying to provide. You're still trying to make sure you're there. You could be a single parent who knows that surely it's only up to me. If there's anything that should be, it means it's up to me to provide because I have no one else, or the kids have no one else. So I know all true that that is not a great way to carry, because everyone wants to be somewhere. Everyone wants to live a life that they don't have to live on demand of, you're struggling. You are just getting by. What if we challenge the norms? What if we challenge the idea of perhaps this is all we settle in for? Perhaps life only gives you just the basics for you to uh, work through every other day of your life, so that you can provide for your family, so that you can live the life you want, so that you can experience some true freedom in a shape and form that you don't have to give away all your hours. You don't have to pick up extra shifts. Perhaps there's another way that is online, that is, if those who are willing and available to the idea of, there could be something different to what you and I know today, something that you thought maybe could have been called impossible, something that many might look at and say, no, it can't be, but it is there. The world has moved past it. The world is still evolving. There's so much happening every day that sometimes even some things right now I'm not updated because it's too much. My brain can only keep so much. But if we're all to know that there's a way in which we can get a life we need without sacrificing all the precious moments we want to have to ourselves, to give to our kids, to give to people we love, and people who simply need us more than you having to be away, then maybe it'll be a better place. Then maybe you could actually give more because you have more from a cup which is full than you having to dish out from a cup which is empty or half empty. Sometimes you only have energy just for yourself and no one else. And I find that to be a fair call, because as parents, as a mom who I know half the time I'm so tired, I've been chasing every other things for the kids. I take them to school, I pick them back up, I have to prepare dinner, and as a working parent, I just know that we go through so much. You've got cleaning, you've got jobs that are waiting for you. You can't say in a day you have so many hours, but then all of them you gotta give it to someone else, building someone else's dream, and yours is still standing. So why do you not make that shift for yourself? It's easier when someone invites you for some things that to say, this is what's here. just come in. I mean, don't people sometimes even just want to have someone invite them in for a job that they don't have to sit and interview for? But there is processes to anything, and so is with everything else around the business online. People have to understand that there's things you gotta start. It sometimes just means it's you who has to come to the idea of, if I'm to start at something new, I might have not done it before, but I am open to learning. I am open to trying to understand how to navigate it. And without much problems, I found this opportunity of working online when I was at my point of, I needed something different. I needed someone to tell me that surely this is not the life we're born into, to live through until I'm 60, or if I make it to that age. But my hope is to share this with the world and gift it to other parents who simply want the same thing, who simply want to get back time on their hands, chasing time freedom, but without me thinking and making any promise for an overnight success, because it's far from something that someone sometimes comes in and expecting it to be as quick as they come in and they're like, oh no, I'm retired. I've been doing my business for a year now, and it's been an amazing opportunity. I've had to do a lot of learning, and I still am learning. I don't know everything, but I know enough that the life that I was living before was far behind what I'm actually meant to be doing. So I'm excited to be sharing the opportunity today. That it's truly amazing that we have people in a community of over 280,000. People are just living life on their own terms, learning, growing, and sharing ideas amongst ourselves of, okay, well, we were not open to the idea or privy to some information because we just didn't know better. And now that we know, we have a better ground of standing of, oh, okay, so what do we do with what we know now? We share it with others who are also looking for same opportunities. We share it with people who are looking to find a way to make their own space on the online space, with family, with friends who are open to it, but without pressure, without you feeling you have to do anything, not when you're not ready. It's up to you to feel the shift within yourself. But sometimes change just comes from internal. You're not forced to become someone you're not. You're not forced to start something you don't want to start. But instead, if you are someone who's been sitting on the sidelines for a long time and wondering what could it be that you could do, what is it that you could start? Because someone right now, as I'm speaking, is probably looking out there for an opportunity to get back time on after they give birth to their child. They don't know what to do. They know that money is needed. They know bills don't stop, but they're just not sure what will be the way forward for them to be able to earn whilst just in the comfort of your home, looking after your own kids. And that's where I come in to say, I'm happy to show you what is working for me, what is working for my family. And if it's something that you're also looking at, it's starting your own business, working your own schedule, something flexible that gives you the hours in the day to yourself to decide how you work out your day, then I'm happy to share. If you were interested, feel free to leave me a message and we can definitely connect. And I will leave you with that today. I thought I'll come on here and share the exciting moment. And I'm just happy to be here. It's a good day. And I hope you're also enjoying your weekend too. And make sure you stay off your phone if you're driving, because you don't want to be doing the wrong thing at the wrong time. So enjoy yourself, enjoy your family, and take this moment to do things you like. You know, and I will catch you in the next live video. I'll leave you that for now. Bye.